So you want to go into business with your spouse? That's very interesting terrain, and it has implications for how you work as well as your relationship at home. My name is Joe-Ezigbo. I'm a transformational business leader and the double impact coach. I help entrepreneurial couples to build sustainable businesses God's way. Today, I want to share with you 9 tips that can help you preserve your relationship at home, because that's a big part of your success as a couple that work together. The first tip is this: create boundaries. And one of the first boundaries that you need to create is that you will not bring work home. And yes, I know that is difficult to do, but you can actually agree that you don't discuss anything related to work at home. And the strategy around this is perhaps to just agree an hour or two once a week when you can do that. But create boundaries and protect your relationship at home. The second tip is this: be affectionate with each other. And no, I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about touch, the power of that hormone oxytocin. That is it's a touch hormone that makes you happy and keeps you connected. Hug each other several times a day. I can tell you it does absolutely wonderful things for your relationship. The third tip is this: play with yourselves. Learn to enjoy playing with yourselves. Channel your inner child. It's such a fun thing to do. The business is already stressful enough, so make sure that you have fun intentionally. Have pillow fights. If you enjoy board games, do that. If you like to play cards or pool, something, do that. And remember as you play that the aim is not to win, it's to have fun. The fourth tip that I would share to preserve your relationship is this: be fully present. When you're speaking to each other, put your devices away. Show the other party, your spouse in this case, that you honor them, that you respect them, and that what they're saying and how they're saying is important to you. There is nothing worse than trying to talk to your husband or your wife and they're busy scrolling on their phones. What the message is that you don't matter. It's important you set that as one of the ground rules for your relationship if you work together, that we will be attentive to each other all the time, actively listening to what the other person is saying. The fifth tip is this: validate yourselves. Appreciate each other. No matter how long you've worked together, always say please, always say thank you. Let your spouse know they're doing well. When they are doing well, don't always focus on the negatives. Tell them when they're looking good. Tell them that you love them. Tell them when they're doing well as a father, as a mother, as a boss, when they've taken a great decision. Champion your spouse, and consistently so. I promise you the rewards are well worth it. The sixth tip is this: create alone time together. Away from the children if you have them. Have date nights, even if it's just once a month. And no, date night doesn't always mean going out. My husband and I have movie nights, and we do that complete with popcorn, and we switch off the lights and create the ambience of a theater in our room. You can do that, you know, if you can afford it. In your own home, you can bring a private chef, and they can give you a 3-course candlelight dinner, complete with nice music. Just enjoy yourselves. Learn to enjoy each other alone. And I promise you, if you can keep business conversations out of such settings, you have a really great time. The seventh tip I want to share is this: create alone time for yourself, because you matter as well. You and your spouse are not conjoined twins. So ladies, give your guys some space. Guys, give your ladies some space. Make room for your own journey of self-discovery. Invest in your own particular passions, in your own relationships with your girlfriends, your boyfriends. Over time, it's important that you put yourself forward. Alone time allows you to love yourself more, to discover better parts of you. And the more you love yourself, the better spouse that you are to your partner. The eighth tip I would like to share: exercise together. We all need exercise anyway, so why not have a shared time out with your spouse? It's great to have that collective adrenaline experience together, and the endorphins are released and we're happy together. It's great bonding time. It's time for creative expressions and conversations that might have been more difficult to have if you were sitting in an office constrained in a small space. And while we're on the subject, you can perhaps decide to make it a prayer walk, where you pray not just for yourselves, but for your business and other things that matter to you both. Exercise together. Great time out. The final tip I want to share with you today is this: pray together. As a couple, you are sitting on 2 critical mountains that the enemy does not like. I promise you, you're sitting on the mountain of family, you're sitting on the mountain of business. And he knows that if you succeed as a family, you transform society. And if you succeed as a business, you provide the resources that finance kingdom. So I promise you, he's not allowing you space to just be. Don't be casual about your prayer life. Pray together. And this is not about who is more skilled at praying. God is not impressed by that. So try to alternate the prayers where you're praying maybe yourself today, your spouse tomorrow, or something. And make sure you pray about your business, pray about your children, pray about things that matter to you. And whatever else you do, pray about your relationship. You're really going to need God's help on this journey. These are a few tips I thought I would share with you today about how you can have a great relationship with your spouse. Working together, yes, but more so in your personal lives. I hope this has been useful to you, and if it has, drop me a comment. I'll look forward to engaging with you as we go on. Take care.